Evening, folks. Said I'd stream, so here I am with streaming. We're going to be playing some more of War the Game by Gabber Games, and we're going to try and get the World Conquest achievement, if we can.
World War.
As soon as you finish the tutorials, you're allowed to go straight for the World War campaign, and if you complete it, you get the achievement. Let's just jump right into it.
A series of aggressive computer viruses has left the planet without any organization. Seize this opportunity and gain total control. Pick one city as your base and expand from there. Unfortunately, other nations have the same idea.
So this is right up my alley. Just gotta conquer the world.
Marseille.
But the trouble is the AI gets most of the good cities. You see, if you were following last time, this is a very simplistic war game. No random chance, really. Just secure cities to get money, and use the facilities to build armies, and use those armies to crush your opponents. So the coloured ones are ones that are taken over by AIs. The white ones are neutral countries, or rather neutral cities. So if you march in and destroy all the units there, then it becomes yours. So as you can see, France has Berlin, and Germany has Paris.
Marseille.
It's random, and I like to think that's by design. So yeah, Paris is worth 31 billion, Berlin 38, Madrid 20. All the expensive places are taken, leaving us with cheap garbage cities like Edinburgh or Reykjavik, which is actually impossible to play as, because you can't travel by boat or by air to conquer anything else. So, well, the special for this mission is to start in Australia, so we might as well start off in Sydney. But before we do, let's figure out what our enemies are going to be. It's actually, in terms of AI, really quiet. We're only going to have to deal with Canada, who starts with Beijing's 20 billion ducats per year, starting with a nuke silo, an armory, and aviation facilities. So we're going to want to wreck Canada fairly quickly. Nothing new about that.
Sydney.
Let's get going with Sydney. Now, I explained a lot about how this game worked last time. Hopefully I don't have to go through it again. But these neutral, or so-called neutral places, are defended by, well, this one, for example, is defended by 2 armoured divisions. They don't get any bonus for defending in cities, but I'm glad that they are defended by only armoured vehicles, because that allows us to do a little exploit. Yep, can't play any game without using some exploits, can I? So normally what you'll have to do as an AI, or rather as a controlled nation, is you're going to want to build up your forces and then march in to take others. So generally your starting forces aren't going to be enough to take on anything, because they're all defended quite well. For example, take Naples here, would be a juicy target for the British in Rome. However, it's defended by 2 units of infantry, and they fight twice as well in controlled cities. Don't want to have anything to do with that, but what we're going to do is take advantage of the fact that there are only armoured divisions here, and we're going to stroll in and just take it without engaging the enemy. Easy as that. Shouldn't be that easy. Probably just a bug in the game. Actually, it's just using the game's mechanics. A city is only yours if you have infantry there to protect it. Armoured divisions can't defend cities. However, it means we can't march any of our troops into that city, because it means we'll fight with the armoured division, and I don't want to take them out until I have enough units that I could safely deal with them. Somebody saying, yep, Jake doing what he does best. I can't help it. It's a problem. Now that will not work on cities where they have any kind of infantry station, so it would not work over here in Singapore. Singapore isn't that useful anyway. What's nice about the armoured divisions is it acts like some free defence for us. So if anybody wants to march in and take this, they're going to have to take care of those 2 armoured divisions first, because the AI is going to prioritise the battle over anything else. Oh, I never checked before, but I trust the audio and the visual is alright. Didn't seem to be anything wrong last time. So we're securing these airfields, or airstrips, alright. so that we're going to have some range for our fighter jets when we eventually have them. Money is really tight because we're only making 8 billion from Sydney and a further 8 billion from Melbourne. That's not even a flash in the pan compared to what the Germans of Paris or the Parisians of Berlin are making. And since there are so many facilities here in Europe, they're able to build up their armies really quickly. Look at this. We should just call them the Panzer Reich. They're already eyeing up the Nippon-held London and the American-owned Dublin. Over in the Americas, it's fresh pickings for Russia and India. Russia mobilizing with what it does best, massed infantry. South America looks really clean. I don't think there's a nation down there. So yeah, easy pickings for anyone who wants to go there. Because these neutral countries, they don't build up at all. Once we have our transport fleet available to us, the world will be our oyster, or at least Asia will.
You have occupied an airstrip.
So these airstrips give us this amount of area where we can use our fighter jets. We could use bombers to get more range, but I'd rather not. So top priority is really making lots of money right now, and I'll really do that by securing more cities.
You have occupied an airstrip.
Yes, I have. Now I think straight away I'm going to want a second transport. Nah, actually I don't think so. We'll make do with our one load of infantry. Because check this, we've got, what's that? Kumantau and Osaka can be ours. Tokyo is very expensive, but we can't have it. It's guarded by infantry.
Unit ordered to disembark in Jakarta.
So we're going to get as best an advantage as we can. So we just march over to the city and make it ours. We have to be careful, I mean really careful, not to engage with these neutral forces. Because they will curb stomp our only infantry. And then I'd have to recruit more. Alright, so Manila can be ours as well. Not worth much money, but is certainly worth better than nothing. There was an airstrip here, and it gives us good range for the area. I'm a firm believer in using aviation in this game. Is there even a single military feature for you to capture in New Zealand, Jake? It's probably totally useless. There's a barracks and an airstrip, so it's not completely useless. But it's borderline useless. I don't want either of those things. Alright.
Unit ordered to disembark in Manila.
Let's hope that we don't engage these guys. We do not, but Manila is now ours.
Capture Manila.
Manila has a barracks. We could recruit units there, but if we were to recruit them, they just instantly fight with the neutral forces. So let's just continue on our island hopping.
Ordered to disembark in Taipei.
I wonder if Taipei would have the... Yeah, we'd be able to further extend our aviation abilities. What I'm looking for is to take Japan, really, because I'll have this barracks that I can recruit units in without having to deal with these neutral forces. And then I want to destroy Canada early on, because he's the only AI around here that's expanding as well.
Capture Taipei.
So I'm not really getting these places for any kind of strategic use, at least not yet. Not until I can wipe out the neutral forces in them. Really, I'm getting them just for the money. And you know me, I play games about drug cartels just to make use of the economical systems in them. God, I love making money. Alright, we could march... Whoa, whoa, no, no, no. Let's not be engaging those tanks. Could march over to Osaka, but generally faster to go by boat. So with all these extra cities, we're making more money, but it's still, I'm sure, not as much as the top players are. Yeah, look at us. We're fairly low ranked. We're even below Germany, who only have Paris. That and, you know, if any of the AIs come and wipe out these neutral forces, they take the city, which is not something that I want. At least Osaka's worth some half-decent amount of money. And we're going to go over and secure this so we can have some units as well. I need to wipe out our friends, the Canadians, before they build up too much of a force. Looks like they're going to have 3 units, whereas we only have this 1. Are there any other spare places where I can make units? I could make some more down there, but that just seems a bit of a waste. Oh well, we'll have to make do with this. Alright, we need infantry, and we need it now. Opportunity knocks. Another place that only has... Oh, Seoul is worth the good money.
Unit ordered to board transport fleet.
We'll make it ours. God, I love making money. Refuses to sell out for money. Good guy, Jake. Money is good, but principles are better.
Unit ordered to disembark in Seoul.
Okay, right.
Unit ordered
The
to
Canadians are
disembark
trying to raise a bigger army here. I can secure this armory for myself and prevent them from raising these units. So when you're producing units and somebody captures it, you lose the production that was underway. And it doesn't look like they're marching to do anything about it, so let's make our own infantry here. And since our other infantry is almost ready, we can use these guys to capture Seoul. Or
Unit ordered
we
to
can be
board
quick.
transport fleet.
We can be really quick and sneaky. Because, again, I don't want Seoul for its production things just yet. I just want it for the money.
To disembark in Seoul.
Oh, he's on his way to recapture that. It's too risky.
Unit ordered to disembark near Shanghai.
No, I'm going to have to write that one off.
Board transport fleet.
If he wants to come and get me, he can try it. Okay, that's actually great. We've
Unit ordered to board transport fleet.
got more infantry on the go, but we'll need yet more. He's probably thinking how he can destroy me and retake his barracks. But the longer he waits, the longer I have to get my infantry on the go. And then I can destroy him. I'll also want to make an armoured division here. But all this time of not holding the place in Korea is hurting my money, so
Unit ordered to disembark in
let's take it.
Seoul.
I'm sure those units will be fine on their own. I was quite lucky in that there aren't many AI players around here, otherwise it'd be more expansion for me I'd have to deal with. What is very unfortunate for me is that there aren't airfields that connect Far East Asia with Europe, so I'll have to build an attack carrier to support my units. Alright, the Nippon are on the move. The British Isles will soon be theirs, whilst America is just stuffing their face with potatoes.
Unit captured Seoul. Unit ordered to
Freedom is a heavy weight to carry. Okay, this is great. We have plenty of units here.
Unit ordered to disembark near
We don't care so much about that armory now. What we want is Beijing, because it's very rich. If we leave them with just Shanghai, they are not going to do so well financially. Let's also go and pick up our extra units here.
We will occupy an airstrip.
And he's not building more units, so if we can make our way to Beijing before he can reinforce with these other men, we'll be groovy.
Infantry combat ready near Tokyo.
Always beneficial to have more infantry. I love how that isn't censored there.
Unit
About
ordered to
Calais.
board transport fleet.
Okay, so he did reinforce. In fact, he's reinforcing pretty hard.
Unit ordered to disembark.
We can
near
use this, though.
Beijing.
I just wish I had some armored division of my own here. Yeah, he's making lots of units. This isn't going to work out so well for us unless I have an armored division. Or a plane would do, but planes are very expensive. Alright, this is actually risky because he has a large army here that I can't really compete with. So, what we'll do is
Unit ordered to disembark.
try to hold this down, and once we get enough money to raise an armoured unit, we'll use it. Top-notch music. Okay, so we can't take this. But you know what? We might be able to intercept these troops and wipe them. If you're going to take out infantry,
Battle started between you and
do it outside of a city. This will be expensive for me, but more expensive for him, because his income is only 27 billion per year, whereas our glorious income is 41 billion. So we should be able to reinforce faster than he can deal with us. Oh, as long as he doesn't take this, that would be really bad for us. So he's keen to reinforce. The thing is, even if he brings that infantry in, he is lost. Wish I could use my glorious 100 Army Tradition generals to wipe him. Jake, is endgame pretty much player versus USA? It is when you play the World Domination campaign, but in this one, it's whoever comes out on top. So, and usually it's whoever comes out on top in the New World, so it's either going to be Russia or India as the main boss. Then again, China seem to be making their moves in Iberia, so they could end up being the problematic one. So this is looking pretty good. The question is, where do we go for? And the answer is Beijing. Alright, whilst we're at it, let's secure the airfield. And the rest of us, we march.
5 units ordered to be shipped to Beijing. Units merged.
Merge our units while we're at it. Okay, all looking very well, and I'll be able to reinforce this battle with the armoured division that I'm currently making. All working out quite well. Yes, so China are making their moves. What are they doing? Because Madrid is really wealthy, and Barcelona even more so. Looks like they're going to have Barcelona secured. And with those two, taking Porto will be easy enough. And wow, they have Marseille as well. But the British aren't standing idle about that. Looks like they're making their own plans on Marseille.
Are you still awake, Commander?
Yes, I'm still awake.
Armor built near Shanghai.
Excellent. Now armors are very useful because they're so fast. I don't use many of them. Maybe that's something I should change. No, it doesn't look like any of these other cities nearby have only armoured divisions protecting them. So if I want to take over these cities, I will have to take them by force. Right, everybody, attack as one. Remove Canada. And I'm going to want to pour my resources into taking the most expensive provinces. Hong Kong. Yeah, Hong Kong looks to be a high priority around here. In the end, I'm going to want them all, because they're all going to be good production facilities. Okay, that I want. That I most certainly want. More infantry, please. Ah, he's marching on me. But that's fine. We have more than enough units to adequately deal with him. Alright, it's ours. Destroy him. So we have almost 5 units worth here, which is grand. We've got our own nuclear asylum, but it's going to be useless here, really. Instead, I want to invest more in aviation, which means saving up some dosh. Looks like he's building up more units down here in Shanghai, but he really will not have much money to do that. So he's marching back to Shanghai. We are going to hold off, actually. We'll stay hot on his heels, but we won't engage those units just yet. We'll try to engage them outside of the city. He'll get ants in his pants and probably abandon his city to help out with the battle. At least that's the plan. If you're ever going to fight infantry, try to fight them outside of a city, because they fight twice as well in a city. And they would probably destroy my armour. Maybe not before these units get in, but I'm always keen to minimise losses. Alright, seems good as any. He doesn't have his double bonus. Okay, I wasn't able to goad him out. Still, we can reinforce. Still, before I reinforce... No, I already took Seoul. No need to worry. Yeah, advantage Scotland. Jake, are you hyped for American Truck Simulator? I didn't know about this. Please explain further. It would be really expensive to march on Shanghai if this next unit he's making is more infantry. But we're going to march anyway, because I want the Canadians out of this picture. No, he made armor, which works brilliantly for me. Armor do not get a bonus for fighting defensively in a city. Soon Shanghai will be mine. And all he's going to have is this this port. Asia will essentially become mine. And get ourselves a fighter jet on the go. Because this is this purple circle show where I can use my fighter jets, and it covers quite a lot of the area. Works great for me. Goodbye, Canada.
Capture Shanghai. Unit ordered to board transport.
So the question is, what do I do with all these guys? Well, I'm always going to want more infantry. What was I wanting anyway? This province.
Unit ordered to disembark in Vladivostok.
That's not a real name. Alright, there we go. Canada surrenders. Question is, what do we do now? We're going to have to expand hard and fast. And then blitzkrieg Europe. Paris believing in the massed infantry. Germany going more for the panzer approach. Britain doing the do absolutely nothing approach. Don't think it's going to work out too well for them. You don't do much in this game, then you become not much in this game. So when times are slow, you can be grateful for the space bar in this game. When you press space or the middle mouse button, it advances the game by 1 day. Wasn't there somewhere else that I was planning on taking that was undefended? Hard to tell at a glance. No, but what I will do with these guys is secure more airfields. Whilst you guys emerge together, if you can. And we'll get more units on the go, particularly aviation, because I love it so much. The reason I like fighter jets is they don't take damage as long as there are ground troops. Probably benefit from having more transports. So securing that to see how we do on the stats page. Oh, we're right up to second. But to be the best, you're going to have to beat the best. Berlin, Hamburg and Munich together make for great riches for Paris. Trouble for them is they are surrounded on all sides here. Well, that's not really true. You got Belgrade there. Some of Africa is defended only by the armoured divisions, but I don't want to spread my influence that far because it would be really hard to back anything up there.
Unit ordered to disembark near Manila.
Jake, do you announce your streams somewhere? I do not, because I don't know when they're going to be. Take today, for example. I was out in the shops about half an hour ago. Before that, I was having a pretty busy, although productive day.
Fighter squadron built in Beijing.
Alright, we've got a fighter squadron, so we'll probably have one more bit of armoured division.
Unit ordered to board transport fleet.
Whilst we pick off the rest of these. Now, I don't really think any of these places are that necessary for us because we already have enough aerial range in places that matter. Oh, I would quite like Honolulu. Yeah, it's a bit of a long shot for you guys, but you guys should go and take Honolulu. Once we get the armory.
Occupy a barracks.
Bit of a long trip, but that's okay. That infantry stack is really degraded. It's only 24% strength, and there's no way to regain strength for your units other than boats. And that still costs money anyway. So, let's go and take anything expensive, like Hong Kong. Oh, but I also want Tokyo. Tokyo is extremely well defended, though. 2 sets of infantry fight like 4 sets of infantry. So fighting with this would cost us quite a bit. So let's just carry on. There's not much going on.
Completed in Shanghai. Armor completed in Shanghai.
Hong Kong shekels are calling for Jake. Indeed they are. How did the interview go? That's right, I had an interview for Paradox. Was it yesterday or was it the day before? I can't remember. What day is it even? No, it's Friday today, so the interview was yesterday. Yeah, I thought it went really well. I'll hear back in a week or two. Excellent. We're going to want an extra transport though. Alright, so Honolulu is ours. I'm trying to think if it's going to be worthwhile taking anything else over here in the New World.
Unit ordered to board transport fleet.
Vancouver and Seattle are potentials. But I don't... Is it really worth my time to be dealing with these scummy lands? See, none of them are really worth anything. Certainly not worth the long trip. You know what? We'll take these two, just because it's free money. If somebody comes along and takes it, I'm not going to shed any tears over it. Once our boat's ready, we can ship over any units that we can to Japan and take Tokyo, because that 20 billion a year is definitely worthwhile. We're really able to blitz these cities, thanks in a big way to having aviation helping us out. So much so that I want another one. Alright, Seattle and Vancouver, get. Heck, we'll take the shipyard whilst we're at it, just because it'll, Oh! Calgary. I must make it mine. So this is definitely not intended. You shouldn't be able to just march into neutral cities and take them without a fight. But, that's what I'm doing anyway. Let's get everybody over to Tokyo. No, not that far to Tokyo. Fighter jets are the only units able to withdraw from a battle, and that's another reason that I really like them. Armored divisions cannot board ships, so they're just gonna have to sit on their thumbs over here for a while. Jake, would QA at Paradox be a full-time job or not? Don't want to make any remarks about QA and Paradox, but yes, it would certainly be a full-time job. If it wasn't, then I don't know how I'm going to survive in Stockholm. Alright, I'd love to make more transports, but I don't think it... No, so it would certainly make it a lot faster to move units around. Nah. Why do that when you could just have much more infantry? Alright. We've got it all.
Unit ordered to board transport fleet.
There we go. We'll get those units back and we'll be fine.
Fighter squadron finished in Beijing. Infantry finished in Shanghai. Unit ordered to disembark near Tokyo. Unit is being shipped.
So I have enough units to destroy Tokyo right now, but I could destroy it with far fewer losses to myself if I wait a little while to do it. As in, getting all my units over there.
Infantry combat